Hello and welcome to the Morning Ritual Substack, your hub for ritual, for practices that help you just come back home to yourself, to calm the nervous system, and give you a little time for yourself. So this is a practice called Kaya Styram, Kaya meaning body and Styra meaning stillness. So stilling the body in an attempt to still the mind. While our mind is never completely still, what we'll do today is bring the body into complete stillness and then just observe the mind. And we'll observe the mind with a mindful awareness. So that certainly does take practice, but a mindful awareness being one that is curious, one that is open, one that is just bearing witness to what's going on. So if your mind is coming up with judgments or judging your experience, see if you can open up to curiosity. Okay? But first we get into the body. So this practice can be done seated or laying down. So go ahead and get comfy. And then I invite you to just close down the eyes if they're not already. And let's find the breath. We're going to do a couple of sighing breaths just to start. So inhale through the nose and exhale out the mouth. And twice more like that, breathing in, and breathing out. Yeah, slightly deeper breath in, fuller inhale towards your belly. And don't be afraid to make some sound. Exhale. Lovely. So this practice of stillness does require a little bit of discipline. You might find the desire to move, but see if you can resist the urge. Okay, we start down at the feet. So feel your feet. And from your toes to your ankles, find stillness. And from the ankles to the knees, steady and still. And from your knees to your hips, allow your thighs to land into stillness. As you soften through the glutes, let your hips become really heavy and completely still. Feel both of your legs simultaneously steady. Bring your attention to the left hand. And from your left fingertips to your left wrist, let the left hand land into stillness. From your left wrist to your left elbow, your left forearm is still as a statue. From your left elbow to your left shoulder, the upper arm is steady. Now feel and sense your entire left arm just landing into stillness. Bring your awareness to the right hand. From your right fingertips to your right wrist, find stillness. From your right wrist to your right elbow, the forearm is steady. From the right elbow to the right shoulder, the upper arm is completely still. Now feel your entire right arm still as a statue. Feel both arms now. And feel both arms just land into stillness. Invite your shoulders to just soften away from the ears and arrive into stillness. And then feel your entire back. Feel your entire back steady. And last but not least, we have the head. Softening the tension around the head and the jaw and the neck. As you let the head just rest in stillness. And then sense your entire body. Feeling the body completely steady and still. Moving beyond the layer of the physical body and entering the pranamaya kosha. Kosha meaning layer. Pranayama meaning breath. So as we travel beyond the layer of the physical body, let's find the breath and just observe your natural breath right now. Trusting your breath knows where to travel and it knows how to get there, and you can just bear witness to the process. Spend just another minute here watching your natural breath. allowing it to flow in and out. Moving beyond the breath body, the layer of the breath, and observing at the layer and the level of the mind. So taking that mindful, open awareness and just notice what's going on with the thoughts. There's no good thought or bad thought, just notice like you were just watching a movie screen. If you find that you've really immersed yourself in a thought, see if you could step back and become the observer again. Really nice. So back through the pranamaya kosha, the level of the breath, bring your attention back to the feeling of the breath. And back to the feeling of your physical body, and start with the feeling of your entire body, which is still steady. And as you deepen the breath, imagine you're filling your entire body with a fresh breath. And as you inhale, watch the movement that happens in your physical body. So as you deepen your breath in, what expands? And as you take a breath out, what softens? And try that twice more. So breathing in, what expands? And breathing out, what gets the opportunity to soften? One more time. So now you're becoming aware of the movement of the body as you breathe. So maybe it's the belly expanding and softening. Gorgeous. And then bring a bit of intentional movement to the body and start really small and notice how that feels. So it could be really, really little with fingers and toes. Yeah. Maybe you grow that movement a little bit, whether you're seated or laying down. It could be nice to take the arms overhead and take more of a stretch here, freeing up the breath again, inhaling and exhaling. Yeah, and then we can close the practice by sitting. So if you're laying down, you might just come on up, and we can just, we went through the layers of body and breath and mind, and as you looked inwards, you may have noticed something. I don't know, it's all information. So keeping that awareness and maybe using that as a way to set a little intention for yourself to carry with you for the day. So maybe there's something you noticed that you needed. Maybe you need, I don't know, a little more compassion, or maybe you need a little more energy right now. But an easy way to set an intention is just ask yourself, like, how do I want to feel as I go through the rest of the day? So you can think about that right now. How do you want to feel as you go through the rest of the day? And then use that to find one short phrase or one single word to set your intention. And we'll seal it in by just taking one hand on belly and one hand on heart. You might close the eyes, and we're going to take 3 sighing breaths, and imagine you could just inhale that intention straight into the body, breathing in. And then exhale, clearing and releasing. Twice more, breathing in that intention. And exhale to release anything that doesn't help you feel that way. And just one more time, breathing in, breathing out. Awesome. So have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for joining me here. And yeah, if there's anybody in your life who could benefit from these practices, feel free to just send them the link to the Substack. It's totally free. And if you are interested in going deeper, you can become a paid subscriber to get access to our monthly gathering, which will be held on Zoom, and also some more longer form practices. All right. See you soon.